about me.
Why does it always have to be about you? Why can't it be about me?
Anyways, did I tell you someone stole my name?
What? Wait, your name? How do you steal your name?
Okay. So I was setting up the social media for Dr. Therapy Mom yesterday.
Okay.
And I typed my name into the search bar because I was going to follow myself, obviously.
Right.
And then, like, 2 people down, I was like, did I create a second TikTok with my name and completely forget about it?
Wait, so somebody else, because your name, just like your first name and last name, or just your first name?
It is V. So it's Victorya Knoverek with an extra V at the beginning.
The person who stole it.
Who stole it?
Did they? Is that what it's called if they stole it?
Is stole a word? Stole is not a word.
Stole.
Stolen.
Stole. Have stolen.
Steal?
Someone stole it.
Okay.
Someone has stolen it. Yeah. The English teacher here. Okay. We can do verb declensions if you want.
No, I'm really good.
Okay, but basically
someone's using my name.
Someone's using your name and they just sort of stuttered at the beginning with 2 V's.
Yeah. Well, they could have just put Victorya Knoverek because I have that.
Okay, but our name is not usual. Like nobody else has it. It's made up. Polish.
First of all, my first name. You spelled it wrong, theoretically. I like how it's spelled. Don't get me wrong.
It was intentional.
Yeah.
It's not because I didn't know how people spell.
It's spelled Victory, A.
Because you were Victory. You were like a victory.
Okay.
You were a baby that wasn't supposed to. I mean, we didn't think we're going to have another one and surprise. So,
Yeah. Well, anyways, I think it looks bougie. I think it fits who I am. Regardless, it's not a common spelling. Some people do have it spelled that way, but it's not common.
It's not common, no.
And then my last name, like you said, is made up Polish. It wasn't like
you're 3rd generation made up. Like
Dad's dad changed his last name to this.
Right. So there's not very many people.
And those who have this last name,
we know them.
We know them because we're related to them.
Right.
I will bet my entire life savings, which is about $2, that there is not another Victorya Knoverek out there.
I'm not going to bet you because I would lose the $2 probably, right. But so first of all, that's crappy. Like I would hate if somebody did that to me. And so I'm mad that somebody did that to you, but like, what do they do with it?
Well, they have more followers than me, first of all.
Well, dang, girl.
I have about 30 TikTok followers because I don't post. So they're basically just my friends. And then they have like almost 1,000. And I was like, oh, per. So you're getting more traction than I am with my name.
But do you know who the person is?
No.
Like, did they just like, that's a super cool chick and I want her name?
No, but it's giving main character energy. And I guess, I really am the main character, so.
So you feel like people are just like imitating you or want to be you? Like, how do you find out who that person is?
You can't. I'm sure they just saw me on social media or something, or like, I'm gonna use her name, because that's not common.
Oh.
I don't know. I do know people want to be me, but like,
really?
This is not. Let's think back to my friend freshman year of college.
That wanted to be you?
Mm-hmm.
Did I know this story?
I don't think we can talk about it.
No. Okay. Well, this could be a little midnight chit chat. But anyway, so people want to be you. I mean, who wouldn't? Because you're brilliant. When people get to know you, you have a great sense of humor. If they can get past the RBFs. Lovingly, said lovingly. You own it. Are you going to cry? Did I just hurt your feelings?
No. Let's talk about that real quick. When I cry, she laughs at me.
Oh, I do, and I don't know why.
It's because I'm a comedian, and I know that, and it's because I'm crying and cracking jokes at the same time. Because it's not that serious, but like it's serious. Don't laugh.
But you do, like, you get this look, like, and I know you're overwhelmed, and you get this look like you're crying, and you're overwhelmed, but you also have this, like, you're trying to hold it and laugh, but you can't because you're overwhelmed and crying. And so I just laugh, and when we both laugh, but then you're crying, and then you get mad at me for laughing. It's a whole thing. I know. I may need to go to therapy to figure out why. Do I do that? I don't know.
Okay. Anyways,
back to
someone stole my name.
Yeah. So will that, like?
Here's the thing. It's like one thing if like you're a famous person and people are creating like fan accounts, like using your name in the title, like that. Like if I saw that, that wouldn't rub me the wrong way. But like
Victorya Knoverek fan club.
Please don't. If you're gonna make a fan club about me, please don't title it that. Come up with something better.
Cutesy. Oh yeah,
cutesy, bougie, something. I don't know.
Yeah. Okay.
Just don't use my name and then insert fan club at the end. That's yeah.
They gotta tap in.
You gotta tap into your inner sparkle, inner bougie bitch. Pull it out a little bit.
Yeah,
okay?
like 0 stars.
Yeah.
Okay.
I will be rating your fan page names. Anyways, I think it's just some like theoretically I'm a nobody, right? Like on social media. I have no followers.
Well, you have 30.
I have 30. I have like 200 on Instagram. I don't post on social media.
Why
very much. I have nothing to post. Okay. I think this sort of goes into like what we're talking about. I don't have anything important enough in my life to be posting about it on TikTok. Theoretically, like there's important things in my life. I just don't feel the need to post them on TikTok or social media. Why is it that TikTok is just full of people complaining? Like I can go on TikTok and I can post like a little rant video about the old lady that flipped me off the other day.
And yet you chose not to.
Right. Because I don't want to watch that. I don't want to watch people complaining.
What do you want to watch? What do you
entertainment?
You want to be entertained, but don't complain at it. Like what's entertaining to you?
Complaining is not entertaining. I don't want to watch a video about you complaining about how high your rent is. I don't want to watch a video about you screaming with this Karen who doesn't want you to park in this spot. Because let me tell you, that doesn't look good on you either.
Oh, so you think the people posting,
they want to make this other person look bad, but you're also making yourself look bad, and I just don't see the point in it.
So, because that's a big issue, right? Which is using social media and online, sort of that cyberbullying, using it to shame other people, and that's what you feel people are doing?
No, it's not that deep. It's just annoying. It's like back
people feeling self-righteous. Like people feel so self-righteous. Like, look at me, I'm right and they're wrong.
Yes.
And let me prove it. And they've got to have people take your side. They want people to take their side.
I don't know. I just think that
because that's a pretty fucked up coping skill, right?
Yeah.
I mean, what is it? There's a word for it. I think it's like consensus building. Like, let me go around, tell this story to everyone so that they can tell me how right I am and how wrong the other person is.
Yeah.
Oh, you don't like that kind of, sorry. It just made me think of...
No, it was just making me think back to this one time that someone was screaming in my face, calling me a petty bitch. And I was like, I don't know what I did wrong. Because what you're saying I did wrong, I didn't do. And so then we called a bunch of people and we were like, so let me tell you the story and you tell me what we did wrong. And nobody could figure out what we did wrong.
So, but what was your purpose in doing that? Was it because you wanted people to say, no, Victoria, you were completely in the right? Or were you seeking feedback? Like, what did I do wrong?
I wasn't trying to well, in a way, I was like tell me I'm right. Like, I didn't do anything wrong here. But it was more like, am I missing something here?
Yeah. And so, I mean, I think sometimes when you're doing that, like, am I missing something? I mean, I think those are, if somebody has said, yeah, Victoria, probably the way you did that probably ticked them off. Would you have been able to accept that as feedback and think about that and how you went with that? So I think in those situations, that is more like how we tend to grow as people. Like, we don't always do things right. We don't get it right. Communication and relationships, there's so much room to screw it up. And that's the big part about relationships, is this repair and reconnect, right? How are we going back to each other? But so I think if we're seeking information to do better, then that's one thing. If we're venting to close friends because it was an emotional situation, that's what our friends are for. We want people to join us in that sort of emotional space. Like, how dare they do that to you? Like, that was so wrong of them. Like, I hope you have a friend like that. But then there's I'm going to go around and survey everyone to make certain that we prove that I'm right. No bueno.
No bueno. Well, I think also the thing is, like, the difference between sharing it amongst your friends and posting it online.
Yeah. So do people actually follow people who complain?
Sometimes I just go in the comments and I read the comments and I'm looking for people to say, hey, this is just really annoying and this is stupid. But, like, no, people are like, yeah, you're in the right, and whoever's saying you're in the wrong is wrong. And then there are people like, no, you're actually wrong for this reason. Da, da, da.
So people are taking sides.
People are taking sides. I just think it's stupid.
Well, that's probably...
I think it's childish.
Yeah.
I think posting is childish.
Posting is childish, but then...
No, not posting. Posting it.
Posting it is something that's just complaining and shaming somebody else is childish. And then people who are commenting, like taking sides, that's another level of childishness.
Right. I feel like platforms like TikTok peaked in like 2020, and it was fun and it was entertaining and it was just people being on there to have fun. And since then, people have just sort of migrated to using social media as a way to voice their opinions about people and things that don't necessarily need their opinions.
Right. I mean, well, that's Facebook. I mean, besides ads and polarized views of things, which I think is one of the challenges right now for us as a society, which is social media has really allowed a lot of connectivity, a lot of staying connected with people across the country, family, friends, build audiences and so forth. And it's really allowed us to become more and more polarized, to where we make quick judgments based on one snippet of information that we are seeing or exposed to. And that changes, I think, how we view things, how we're talking to each other, and how we're relating with each other.
Let me tell you about relating with each other. There's this thing, and it's basically people are turning on the, like, people who've grown their followings and who are, like, people who are, like, bringing in this income from social media and have the money to, like, buy nicer things and do nicer things. They are now becoming unrelatable. In the comments, all the time. This is so unrelatable. Da da da. You've become so unrelatable. And I'm just like, first of all, who cares? This is like, why aren't words coming to my brain right now? This is relatable for someone. No matter what, just because it's not relatable for you doesn't mean it's not relatable for someone else. Also, why can't people better their lives, and why do they have to hide it if they do?
So sometimes as people become successful and it starts to show by how they're in their lifestyle specifically, then you start to see people make comments. It's like people have a hard time seeing people grow in their success.
Right. But my question is like, why does it make it unrelatable?
I don't know.
Just because you're not growing to the point where you can have those things.
So do you think that's like that social comparison or jealousy or?
I'm sure it is. But then there's also people who are like, this is unrelatable because even if you had that, why would you spend it in this way?
So with judgment.
Yeah.
Always.
I don't get it. I'm putting it out there right now. My life is unrelatable. And I will never say that it's relatable. It's not. I live a bougie life.
And what does bougie mean to you, though?
I don't know.
Because to other people, it may not be. I mean, you've never been on a yacht.
I've never been on a yacht.
You've never been to a country club.
I've never never been to a country club. I'm not a country club wife. But like I was watching this one person that I follow. They had taken like 2 or 3 trips in a month.
Mm-hmm.
And people were like, this is so unrelatable, da da da. I'm like,
Is it?
Because this month I did take 3 trips, so like, is it?
So you feel like when you're saying bougie, sometimes that maybe means more privileged in some ways, that you have some flexibility.
Well, I think being bougie in general is a form of privilege.
Yeah.
And having bougie things. So.
Now, those trips that you took, so those were also probably work-related, most of them.
I think it was only one of them.
Oh, we did
do Florida, we went to Branson, and then we went to Colorado.
Okay, so only one of those.
Yeah.
We did do, a couple of quick trips.
But that was all in the span of a month, and during, like, in the middle of that, I'm seeing videos of, like, people taking trips, and people are like, this is unrelatable. Why do you go on so many trips? Why, that's not responsible, da da da. And I'm like, as a 21-year-old, even I'm like, that's not quite unrelatable. Like, yeah, those are bougie trips. Those are expensive trips. And maybe I'm not going on those bougie of a trips, but like, it's not entirely unrelatable. It fully depends on who you are. And I don't feel like we should be tearing down someone's lifestyle because it doesn't match your own. Does that make sense?
It does. It bothers you that random strangers make these observations and criticize people for what they're doing on social media. But if you put it out there, you're probably going to get criticism.
Right. I just don't feel like, I don't see the reason why people need to, though. Like, what possess you to go in the comments and say, this is unrelatable? Like, those 3 words. You could have done so much time. You could have done so much with your time had you not typed those 3 words. You could be 2 videos deep by now. You could have just fully skipped the video when you decided you don't like this. You could have said, not interested.
Okay, but I like reading comments. Like, a lot of times,
I also like reading comments.
I'm there for the comments.
Right.
Especially if they're funny.
Right.
Oh, there was one I read. Yeah, it was for that. Yeah.
But when totally all the comments are just like annoying, being like, you know?
Judgy much?
And I say this knowing damn well if, like, I saw someone in person doing something and I would be judgy. I'd be judgy in person.
You would have the thoughts.
Yes. Depending on who it is and what it is, I might say it out loud too, but
you're not going to go post it on social media or make comments.
The phrase that social media follows you around, it does. It's there forever.
Mm-hmm.
People type in your name. They could probably find what you've commented on and that sort of thing. Yeah. Do you think that's a valid reflection of who you are?
Yeah, I
think it shows a lot of misery, to be honest.
So you wonder about people who are making those type of comments instead of like versus supportive or funny, but the ones that seem like they're more judgmental or to put people down. I know there was it wasn't an acquaintance. It wasn't a good friend. And this was, gosh, it's probably been 7-8 years ago or more. I know somebody posted on Facebook and it was this picture, like they had actually taken a picture of somebody in the parking lot where the male was sitting in the car and the female was putting groceries away, putting the groceries into the car. And I mean, just went on a rant about how they would never be with any man who ever did this. That was totally unacceptable and da-da-da-da. And I unfollowed, which I don't typically do, but it really hit a nerve with me because, first of all, this was a random picture, one little snip in time of somebody living their life, and we have no idea what was going on. And it hit a nerve, I think, with me because it was, while your dad was recovering from his heart attack. He just had his heart attack. And, you better believe I'm going to ask him to sit down and let me do these things. Like, to me, that's what family is about. Like, we're looking at each other. We're taking care of each other. We're living our lives to help. And for someone to view that from outside and take a picture and rant, this goes back to exactly what you were saying. This is more about what is going on with that individual who had that post.
Yeah, I think that what individuals choose to post on social media is up to them, and choosing to make the judgments about it isn't a judgment of who they are, because they choose what they post and you only get to see so much.
Yeah. And then I also wonder, because as you were saying that, like, yes, and then I will say sometimes, I'm just responding to maybe some of the things I'm seeing, and I'll try to make sort of kind, supportive, remarks. But I think I've had a couple of remarks later on that I'm like, ish, like I cringe a little bit because I did it in a way that in that moment I thought I was being like, oh, this is so, like I said something, but I'm like, I totally missed this other context. And I'm certain that was probably pretty cringy for the other person.
You're just a cringy person, though, so.
Ooh, I sometimes put my foot in my nose. Okay. I mean, I think if people know me, they know my...
endearing. I think it's very true to who you are.
Like, I think people know I have a big heart, and I typically always mean well, but... yeah, sometimes my mouth just moves. My brain is moving faster and my mouth just opens and it hasn't quite gone through a filter sometimes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel that.
But I think that's another sort of thing is like, do we allow space in social media for, to let people have a moment and just move on instead of giving so much emotion to some of this?
Yeah. I feel like 2 years ago, I could get on social media and there was like half as much hate comments and criticism. Why has social media become such like a crutch to people that they feel that they can make these comments and judgments?
Right. Like, we need to flood it with kindness and funny things, like,
or something of substance.
Ooh, like what?
Like, I don't know. Like, I just think that you could go in the comments and say something other than hurtful things or, oh my God, I love this. That wasn't... I feel like that came across really... I don't know.
What the, oh my God, I love this?
Yes. I feel like that came across very fake, but like, no.
Because you don't do that.
I don't do that.
I do that.
I know you do.
I gotta do like the emoji with the big stars in their eyes or the hearts. Like, if I'm seeing some of my friends and their kids' school pictures right now or whatever, I am so loving on that because I love getting to see them grow up.
Right. That's the kind of person you are. I see, oh my God, I love this as just the teeniest bit cringy, so I wouldn't say it.
Okay, but if it was a cute puppy...
Yeah. Yeah, I would come up with something kind of funny to say.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Anyways, something of a substance. Like, I don't know, but
it don't you think people have different interests and likes, and so what might be something of substance to you would be different to me? Like, I have a totally different sense of humor than some than other people.
yeah,
And I love to find my tribe of people that we just gel with. And then there's going to be others who are like, you're laughing, but I don't get it.
this is true.
It goes back to that. What did I miss? Because I want to understand, because I want to laugh too.
Fair. I don't know. I just think that there should be more to the comments than criticism and praise. Like, there should be some in between.
Right. Well, and then thinking in terms of these other people who are essentially consuming social media, right? This is what they're doing. They're scrolling. And really almost everyone, a lot of people are scrolling and over scrolling. We know this is an issue. And so I really worry sometimes, especially about these younger kiddos, our 10, 12-year-olds who are scrolling through. And I think from what I can tell, I could be wrong. So please let us know. We'd love to hear what your experiences are. But I think a lot of times this is younger girls, right? Because a lot of times the boys are more into video games, and that's how they're using screen. And so they're seeing this, and this is shaping their brains are just developing, especially when they're looking at these contexts of social interactions and people both to imitate, because that is total normal development. And how are they seeing that? And then what are they doing with it? And so they're already dealing with so much other stuff, just going to school and the bullying that can be happening and so forth. So the social media's role in that, it's a lot to manage.
Yeah.
It's not like you can just get your scroll feed like here, we're just going to watch these versions of like a Nickelodeon or Disney. Not saying that those are all great, but at least they have a certain level of ratings.
A little side note. Disney is so cringy now. Like, I'm watching...
Can we say things like this? Are we going to get canceled?
This is a hot take. We'll get to canceling in a minute. Hold on. This is a hot take, but I was watching a newer Disney show last night because I was bored, and I cannot for the life of me find an entertaining show to watch at this moment. I feel like I've watched all of them. Regardless, I was watching a Disney show, and I'm like, has the acting always been this cringy? Has the lines been this cringy?
Maybe we're just adulting now.
Maybe, but I feel
different. Like maybe you're 21. No, don't get me wrong. Like, I still love some good Disney, but not as much. Maybe you're just growing up.
Maybe. I don't know. I feel like that there was some entertaining stuff back in the day. I don't know. Mm-hmm. I think shows in general have just gone down. Like, why are we getting 8 or 10 episodes of a season?
Is that too many? Not enough?
That's not enough. What happened to my 22 episodes?
Oh.
Anyways, back to the conversation. That was just my little side rant. You brought up canceling, so I guess we'll go there. What are your views on cancel culture?
Oh.
Because I got some opinions.
You got some opinions? Are you sure you want to start off with mine?
Yeah, because I feel like I can rant for a while.
I think when it started, there, when you look at it historically, which I know is not your jam, but, this concept of just allowing things because we're just going to allow it, sort of this good old boys network or what have you. And so this really, the Me Too movement and women being able, and men being able to speak up against some of their experiences, which was much needed. And so, with these voices, it strongly said this is not okay. which was helpful at a time when we needed to shift the way some things in society were being able to handle. And this is my take on it. There could be more. Certainly this isn't, there's probably people who do more historical or looking at sociocultural aspects and have more information. But that's when we saw a big shift, much needed at that time. And yet there is a part of me that is concerned to what extent with cancel culture, right? Because we make mistakes. We're human beings. We say things, we do things, we're out there. If we're out there interacting, doing things, then we're going to make mistakes. And we want people out there. I want young people in relationships, learning how to navigate friendships and intimate relationships and what have you. And that means we're going to make some mistakes along the way. We're going to say and do some things that probably aren't that good, right? So really good people can do some not so good things. Hopefully nobody's seriously hurt or what have you. But we hurt other people with the things we say and do, and that's how we tend to learn and grow. And so I do get concerned a little bit when a first inclination is just to cancel somebody for something that they said or did, which could be completely wrong. And then, so that's one piece of it, though, then is recognizing, one, are you owning up that you said or did something that after that was pointed out and you had a moment to think about, that you were able to go, you know what, what I said or the way I said it, that was wrong. And I'm going to move forward in a way that's different. And that, to me, is what growth is. That's sort of what we expect as humans, as these beings, to grow and develop and do better and be better. But part of knowing what to do better and be better is going to be experience. I don't know how that matches what you think. Like, cancel everyone.
I don't think that. But after hearing what you had to say, I feel like my views on it are very black and white. They're very, yeah.
Like, just get on with it? Sort of like so somebody said something, just walk.
Yeah, very much so. Well, no, not entirely. I just think it's pointless. Because, we're not getting political here, but I view it very much as like arguing about politics.
Mm-hmm.
Because, you're canceling someone. We're canceling you. Okay? Your supporters, you got a lot of supporters. Your supporters, no. We're not canceling her. She's an amazing person. She made a mistake. Your haters, cancel her. She did this. That's messed up. And it's just back and forth.
And it shouldn't. Instead, what should be happening, you're right, because that is very dysfunctional. And I do think that is probably a big issue of what's happening that we're seeing perpetuated, especially in social media, because now everybody has a platform to share their thoughts and views. And yet, and I think that this is, I think most of us agree so much more than we disagree. Most of us are like, yeah, just sort of be kind human beings. Try not to be too much of a jerk, try to do some good, but it's okay if you want to like chillax, you don't have to be out there saving the world. Like, I think most of us, we're in that. And yet, whether we do get supporters or not supporters or what have you, I would never want people to support me, blindly, right? Like, my best friends, I can guarantee you now, I'm thinking of one of them, like, she would give me this look, like, and I would know immediately, oh, I just said or did something that was completely stupid. I want that. I need that. Because, we get in our moments and we're just being, and it's like, whew, take a step back, Angel, and reevaluate. So I would want supporters, when you get that unconditional love, like my friends, I'm so thankful that I have an amazing group of friends who love me unconditionally. We've been friends for over 30 years and we show up for each other, but just because you support someone doesn't mean it should be blindly. Like, we should say, do better, be better. Like, those aren't the exact words, but out of kindness, like, hey, what's going on? Because that statement wasn't really sort of like, you know, what you usually do or something. So, because again, I think we're all going through different things at different times. We're all managing different stressors. And then the haters, I don't know, maybe the reality is if we look back through time, even before social media, I think haters are just going to hate. This is just my opinion. A lot of times it's more about them and being unhappy in where they're at than anything it could be about the other person.
Can I just say something real quick? I was looking at TikTok, this was a couple months ago, and this music artist was doing a collab with a different music artist. In the comments, I was excited for it. I like both the artists. I think they have great music.
Yeah.
I went to the comments and people were like, why is this person working with this person? Don't they know who they voted for? Why are we letting it split us? Why? I don't get the divide that things like this have. What's the point of, like, I just don't understand why your views have to depict how we interact with each other. I don't want to get too deep into that.
No, and I mean, I'm trying to think of a way to respond to that because I think that's right. How can we hold space to have friends, have family, enjoy entertainers and artists and sports folks who all have their own beliefs and views? Why do we have to like unlike them, or I don't know what the social media terms are, you know, just because of their views? That being said, I also think, especially when you do become famous, you do lose some of that, you know, anonymity. And I think more people are looking at you and what you're doing. And I think that is a heavier role that person has. And so the things that they do, the people that they support, I think may matter in those ways.
I think it matters, but I also, why does it matter when, like, it matters to the general public, but a business move is a business move.
Right.
When it comes to business, why?
Collaborating with others, regardless of what they're doing, makes sense.
Yeah. There is no room for personal beliefs in business matters.
Well, I mean, there's a lot of people I work with that I may not necessarily like as a person, but I love their work and they do good stuff in their work. And so that's the part of them that I want to work with and collaborate with because it makes me sharper.
Mm-hmm. Anyways,
I don't have to agree. Yeah.
Right.
These are tough issues. I think
have
people
friends. I don't necessarily agree with their political views or their religious views. But we're friends. We just don't talk about that.
Right.
That doesn't get in the way of our friendship. Regardless, we're moving back to cancel culture and why I think I just think when you have that support and the hate and they're just arguing in the comments, you're not getting anywhere because the supporters are always going to support and the haters are always going to hate. Mm-hmm. You're not going to change their opinions one way or another, 9 times out of 10.
And yet all the comments, I think this is what you've told me because social media.
A comment's a comment.
Comment's a comment, whether it's good or bad. That
it pushes it farther. Which is another thing why you're criticizing this person and it's just pushing their video farther.
So you're saying if I really don't like something, the best way to have that not have any impact is just to keep scrolling. Because if I make a comment about how I don't like that,
it's going to push it out farther.
Yeah. Do you think some of these negative commenters are just plants maybe? Are they really people or are they just trying to get things going? Like, is that even a thing?
I don't know. Like, I definitely think that there's probably rage baiters out there. I watch I watched this guy on TikTok, these couple guys. They're like building a house, but they're doing it in ways that piss people off. Like they're standing on like the roof trusses. I don't know what they're called. They're like the supports for the roof. And they're like wiggling it around while trying to like hammer it in. Simply to piss people off. And it works. And then there's people in the comments who are like, y'all don't understand that they're just trying to. I don't know. I'm sure that there are people out there just for their own entertainment.
Okay.
So like, I guess I get it in a way. Like maybe that's just their entertainment. Like I need to be entertained. There's some things that I enjoy that other people do not.
So it's like hate us or love us, but either way, like as long as people aren't indifferent, that's what sort of spurs social media.
Yeah, I guess. Because I guess if you're like indifferent, then nobody really cares.
Oh, so indifference is like the kiss of death in social media.
I don't know. I feel like I feel indifferent about certain influencers and stuff.
But you still follow them?
No, I don't follow them, but if their video comes up, I'm not gonna, like, sometimes I watch it. I feel like Alex Earl is a good, don't hate me for this, I don't follow her. I don't necessarily enjoy her content, so I don't follow her, but I don't hate her. Like, if her video comes up on my For You page, I'm gonna watch it probably, depending on what it is, but...
Well, and I think there's so much out there and so many, I mean, obviously there's so much social media out there that I like to think of like cups of tea. Like I'm a lot of people's cup of tea. I'm not some people. Okay. Maybe a lot is a strong word. I'm a few people's cup of tea.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm a few people's cup of tea. But I'm not that for others. And so for me, like, I get that. And I hope that they find their own cup of tea and go where they enjoy.
Yeah.
Right. I like even when you're finding a therapist.
You can do that without hating on someone.
Right.
Anyways.
Well, I think we think about that as a therapist too. I am a really good therapist for, I think, quite a few people. I may not be that therapist for some, but I hope that they find their cup of tea for their therapist. And like teachers, the same thing. Like the teachers, there's amazing teachers out there that some students really love and other students don't. But as long as they're finding that one teacher that they love to learn from and grow with, like that's, to me, like that's okay. That's life.
Yeah.
So you're finding your cups of tea, who you like in life, who you like learning from?
I try, I guess.
What was that look for?
I don't know. Like, I guess, yeah. I don't know that I really... Sometimes you ask me questions and I'm just like, I don't know that I've ever really thought about it that deeply.
Oh.
I try to like stay surface level with my thinking sometimes. Otherwise, I will go down a rabbit hole.
Well, I think that I was just sort of asking in general. I didn't expect like real deep introspective thoughts and like going down rabbit holes.
Right, but sometimes I don't think that I can answer some real questions without going down a rabbit hole, because I can say yeah, but I can't build off of that without deep dive.
Right. But I love this because to me this is that exciting part of seeing you grow, because the fact that you are like, I haven't thought about that, but I'm going to be thinking about that now. That's what I was talking about earlier. That's how we all tend to live and grow as individuals versus like letting it go on and like, no thoughts, and then letting it go. Like, I don't know about you, but driving is my best time of thinking. And I do think through conversations that people have had because I want to think about things more deeply. Like students will bring things up in some of my classes sometimes and I need to respond in the moment, but I'll also say, I want to think about that more.
See, personally, driving is my like time where I don't think. I turn the music up, I start screaming, singing along.
I'm one of the two.
Like I have to, if I want to turn off my brain, I'm going for a drive.
Yeah. I mean, don't get me wrong. That's my jam time too. Like just like put it on. But okay, so then I do that. And then sometimes I have this thought that goes like the image of Silence of the Lambs.
I've seen it once and I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah. So before she gets connected, that's what she was doing. She was in the car jamming. Oh. Right? Loud. The music real loud. Anyway, random thought, random association.
Anyways.
I saw something shiny in my head. Had to go there.
I'm having like a very ADHD day because you keep talking and I just zone out into your eyes. And then I'm like, wait a minute, I have to respond to her.
You do.
What was she just talking about?
Maybe I'm hypnotizing. Look deep into my eyes. It's not that serious.
It's not that serious.
Oh, yeah, maybe. I'm trying to maybe I didn't have enough coffee. Maybe I had too much coffee this morning.
Yeah.
Maybe it's a lack of sleep.
It probably is. You probably sleep deprived.
Probably.
It's okay. You're entertaining.
I'm entertaining.
You.
Entertainment.
No. Is that going to happen in every video?
It might. It might. We're just going to start queuing it up in the music.
No, we are not.
Yes, we are. My generation will love it. And your generation can just laugh at us.
And when you start editing the videos, you can put it in there.
Are you cutting me out?
No, I'm just not putting that music in there.
Hello. If you knew how to edit videos.
Nope, she cannot pay you.
Just a little bitty clip.
No. Besides, I'm sure you have to pay to use that sound.
Probably. And they probably don't want me singing it because that's like the opposite of advertising. Although maybe that's like the negative comment has just the same. So maybe me singing it poorly is like going to bring it up like, oh, yeah.
Maybe if you bring it up enough, people will be interested in what you're talking about and have to go look it up.
They'll have to go look it up.
Right.
We might need to link it.
We're not linking it. Why are you creating more work for me?
Because. I don't know. So going back to some of the social media things, because this is a really important topic, I think. How should we be consuming social media? How should we be setting limits? Because I think that's the other thing. Like what we choose to watch and spend time with matters. So is there a certain amount of time that we should because I know for me, I really try to limit myself because it's easy just to, what is that? What do they call it? Like doom scrolling. Like when I get that way, I know I'm sort of, I'm overwhelmed. I'm done. I can't even pause and get thoughts. And it's easy to get into that space instead of put it down, go for a walk, rethink about what it is I need to do. So I really try to make certain I'm limiting it to 5 minutes at most when I want to sit down, catch up on what's going on out there. Or I do like it because I also like the entertaining. I like to laugh at things. So some of my friends send me some fun things that make me laugh. But what should we be what are they telling your generation?
I don't think they are telling our generation. I think it's just become such a normalized thing that we're always on social media.
Mm-hmm.
I personally, to be honest, I get on it when I wake up. Mm-hmm. I use my 2 or 3 little TikTok scrolls as wake up, function a little, get out of bed.
Really? Because
yes.
You don't scroll and it's now I don't want to get up. If I scroll, I want to get up and go do stuff.
No. I'm I don't want to be awake right now. Let me watch a couple videos, get my eyes adjusted, and then I'll pull myself out of bed because I got to get up.
Oh, no. I want to get out of bed and get going.
No,
I love going to bed, though.
And then I also scroll before bed. I don't do a whole lot of scrolling throughout the day unless I'm waiting 2 hours for a video to upload.
Oh.
Yeah.
Maybe you need a different laptop so you can let that wait to upload while you're doing other tasks.
Anyways, no, usually sometimes I scroll, but usually I get up and do something around the office.
Yeah. I know you do.
Yeah. She's making me out to be a bad person.
I'm not at all.
She's making me out to be lazy.
You're very... No.
One time, this was back right after the TikTok ban for like 24 hours.
Oh, yeah.
She kept making comments about how obsessed I was with TikTok.
You're saying she, you're meaning me.
Yes.
You're talking about me.
Angel kept making comments about how obsessed I am with TikTok. And so I said, whatever. I locked it on my phone and I went a whole week without it.
And you were so productive that week.
I was bored out of I was so stressed.
But you also seemed, because this is another concern, you seemed better, right? Because even when I said like the doom scrolling, like it almost like it can, I don't want to say the word depression, like it just saps your energy. Like languishing is a word that comes, like you're just sort of there and like, you know, you're not depressed, but you're not doing anything.
Something that I have like realized and I've tried really hard to stop. When I'm eating alone, I just scroll. And so then when I'm eating with people, I'm like, something feels like it's missing.
Oh.
Yeah. And I have friends who like can't eat without sound. Without something playing.
They have their phone playing?
Yes.
Wait, what? This is first time hearing this. Why?
You know, iPad kids, like they take their iPads out to dinner with them.
Why?
Yeah. No, it's turning into like adults who have to sit there and scroll through TikTok or watch a show.
Stop it.
For a while, I couldn't brush my teeth without TikTok, to be honest. Now I can. At the worst of it, I would be like scrolling while I was brushing my teeth. I don't do that anymore, but...
Oh, I'm glad you caught that because I think this brings up a really good point, which is we have to have this intentionality with how much we're spending on social media, how much time we're doing and what we're doing and maybe which platforms or I don't know what you call it, but we need to be intentional. We need to say, I am going to give this, right? Because some of my grad students, they feel guilty if they're binging a show or they're doing, scrolling through social media or something because they should always be doing their homework. And the thing I tell them, I know you've got this, but you've also grown up with me, which is don't feel guilty. Just say, oh my goodness, like I'm going to Netflix binge or whatever. I'm going to binge watch something for 2 hours tonight because I just need to sit back and zone out and let the brain just sort of, rest a little bit. But, and you don't feel as guilty. And in fact, you should not feel any guilt. When you are intentional, say, I'm going to spend 2 hours tonight watching this movie or doing this thing, then you don't feel as guilty as when you're like, at the end of the night, like, oh my gosh, I just wasted 2 hours and I have this other paper to do, or I should have been doing this. And so we're not designed to be human doers all the time. And that's in our society, we tend to do and be on all the time. We're human beings. And sometimes that means we just need to sort of be with other people, be still, be connected, be by ourselves with our own reflections or just our own breathing, and rest and relax. I don't know how I got there. Sorry. That sounded very... Was that like sounded like motherly preaching or teacherly preaching at you?
It sounded like very much Dr. K preaching.
Like Ted Kennedy.
Dr. K is her. That's Dr. K.
Hi. That's what my students call me, Dr. K. So I think, but taking care of ourselves and realizing we're these complex beings, multifaceted with all different sides to ourselves. And I think that's what makes us interesting and sort of our awesomeness with this. And so how do we embrace that and celebrate that? All right. So Not to be confused, Victorya Knoverek with one V, if anybody's looking for you. Just one V.
Great.
Double V's.
Not me.
Not you.
Nope.
Anything else we need to be thinking about with social media?
I just think how we use it, what our intentions with it are, and what we're putting out there.
Yeah.
Whether it's what we're posting or what we're commenting.
Right. And so a part of me, because I like challenges, a part of me is like, can we do a challenge? Can we go? Like I have this image of, okay, so those of us who are Gen Xers, right? Which I know some of you cannot, I know, oh Lord, not boomers, by the way.
No, that's your husband.
I just had this image, like what our phone or iPad does for us now. Like back in the day, we've been like carrying around this phone with a big long cord, this great big computer, and the big boom box, and like carrying all that around with you all the time versus now we have just this all of it right now in our little phone. And it's so easy to use that as distractions and to be interacting with that instead of using that as a way to connect with everyone around us. And so I think, again, going back to that intentionality, how can we use these things in a way that promotes connection, that helps enhance relationships with others, and is not this way that exacerbates the isolation that we sometimes feel or the divisiveness that we create through these venues? That's my takeaway. That's my 2 cents.
I mean, I feel like that's a pretty good place to end.
All right. Well, we are out of time. So
I didn't argue about starting the time this time.
You didn't argue.
In fact, I started it. I was in
Look
control.
at you. Oh, I love it when you're in control. Very good.
Okay.
All right.
Well, it's been real.
It's been real. We'll call that a wrap. Bye-bye.
Her.